Alright, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into my channel. My name is Kreepers. I'm here today with another Paladins video, but this video is actually going to be about Ying. It's not really about her, it's more about her clones. To be really honest, a lot of people don't know about the different ways that other champions actually can and will interact with these clones, alright? And just to make sure that you guys are understanding, I do have a card. Let me show you really quick. I do have a card that this will go really well with it, by the way. But where is it? It should be there. Yeah. Now, this is not a good loadout at all. This is only literally a loadout for me to test this this theory that I have with every single champion. And basically, what I did was I went into 1v1's customs with every single champion that I thought it could interact with the clones in different ways, like stuns, like pushing, like ults, and stuff like that. And I created with this loadout. But what I'm trying to say here is, if you take a look into this card right here called Rewind, right? Swapping to the spot of a dead illusion spawns an illusion with 60% health. Now, this percentage, of course, has to be with the number, but even so, this card, even with 1 point, is definitely a must-have for Ying. The reason such is basically, imagine that, you know, you put it 2 clones. Let me show you really quick. I can actually show you this on the video. It's really cool. So you have this situation right here, right? You put a clone up there. It's dead. So how are you going to heal? You know, you're going to have to wait. You put another clone. The clone starts to get damage again. So what you do is you use the dimensional link really quick, and you recreated clones, as you can see here, back on the places that you died. So they're not full life clones, as you can see, but what happens is that you will at least have a chance to actually put clones faster, at least 2 clones in less than 2 seconds. So basically it's a big help. You can put up only 2 clones at a time, of course, but if they die, as you can see this, I'm gonna let them actually disappear. And she's gonna disappear. There we go. So 2 clones are there, as you can see. They're not gonna be healing. Oh, there they are. Okay, they're gonna be healing. But as you can see, even with low health, there's still a last resort that will help a lot. You know, then just put up those clones again as soon as you can. Just create another one. There it is. Here are 2 clones, really quick. Just teleport back, 2 clones again. You know, just another clone. But this is not the most important thing when it comes to the clones, as I'm trying to say. There's different interactions for the clones, and one of them, for example, this one is one that a lot of people know about, but I'm still going to be putting the clip after I finish this introduction, is the Drogo's ult, you know, block. Basically, if a Drogo's comes at you, ulting, and you put a clone in front of it, the Drogo's ult will actually, how can I explain this? It will actually take you that clone as a player and will activate. And as such, the Drogo's will waste his ult, okay? He's not gonna get like 30% back by not actually hitting somebody. If you manage to be smart enough and have the good direction, or he's actually coming at you, you can just put a clone in front, boom, he goes against the clone. And if you're using this card, this legendary, the card that I'm using, this talent that I'm using, the Resonance, he actually takes damage, 500 damage. And I think I did this on the video, and if I do have the video, I'll probably try to put it in the end of the video with some templates, so you can click on them, and you guys can check it out. I think it was actually competitive, and I did manage to put a clone in front of his ult. I think I sent somebody, and I'm not entirely sure if I did kill him or not, but I think it actually did. So definitely go check out that video. But even so, guys, for now, that's all the introduction you need. All you need to know is that we're going to be testing every single champion that I can that has different interactions with, and see if their ults can actually target the clones, if you can stop them with the clones, if the clones will count as players for certain things that will reduce cooldowns and stuff like that, and so on. Alright, so thank you so much for actually being here. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so for our first clip, you can actually put a clone up on a high place and switch with it to actually get into another place. You cannot target other clones with the shatter. This was also tested. It's a pretty normal thing to happen, and you cannot just do it. Now, this is just a stupid thing, but still, it's still informative. It will be blocked by enemy clones if you try to pass through them without a movement ability. As for the ultimate of Drogoz, like I mentioned, the clone will stop it. As you can see here, the clone stopped the ultimate. And if you want to trick Drogoz at last second possible, you can try to use the dimensional link and leave a clone behind for the Drogoz to hit that clone. All of this with the card that will leave a clone behind, of course. As for the Tyra's Hunter's Mark, it will not work on the clones, surprisingly enough. And that's actually good, because if it by accident marked a clone, that would be actually really, really bad. And I'm actually glad this is not a feature. Okay, as for the Flare Strix, it will not view the clones, but interesting enough, it will not be the only thing that the clones will do with the flares. And let me just do this quick scope on my wife. No scope. Or quick scope, sorry about that. But if she pulls a clone up here and I throw the flare at the clone, it will simply disappear. It will literally not do anything and just disappear. She's gonna put another clone, I'm gonna throw a flare, and as you see, it will not do anything. Now, the Ying was being viewed because I have a card that will view people for 1 extra second. She was being viewed for that extra time after the flare was released. But as you can see, the flare would simply disappear. Now, as for the Bomb King's ult, this may surprise you, but unlike the Drogoz ultimate, the ultimate itself will ignore the clones. Maybe so people don't use the ultimate and just automatically make a blow because there's a clone right next to you. Now, this one was hard to test, but you will be able to see. Here, I was actually recording on my own because my wife couldn't help me at this precise moment. But then I managed to test it again. And if you stun the clones, they will not heal. Now, I did kill the clone, but as you saw on that precise time that they were being stunned, they couldn't heal her. Now, as for the ultimate of our Maldamba boy here, it will not fear the clones. Interesting. As for the extra damage on the Catalyst talent for Pip, it will not work on the clones. And I know what you guys are gonna say, like, oh, that's normal. But hold your horses, because there are extra damage abilities that will work on the clones, just not this one specifically. As for his ultimate, it will not transform the clones into chickens, although like a long time ago, it actually worked apparently. I don't know if it was actually a mistake or a feature, but gladly enough, it's not working anymore. As for Ash Kinetic Burst and the Shoulder Bash, we're first going to be seeing the Shoulder Bash right now. It will connect, as you will see, but there's a reason why I'm showing you this. There is another ability that it's also pretty much like the Shoulder Bash that actually doesn't work against the clones. As you saw there, the Kinetic Burst will work. This will maybe help you to actually put the clones like far away from the middle so people cannot heal. As for the turrets of Barrick, it will target the clones as well if they're close enough, but the ultimate will not. Interesting. I actually thought that this would happen to attack the clones and kill it like really fast, but apparently it won't. As for the root ability of Grover, actually it will work on the clones. Interesting enough, since they don't actually have anywhere to go, but okay. And I did test the scaling as well, and we're going to be seeing here, for the clone it will always deal 300, but Ying, which is standing right next to her at this distance, will have extra damage going towards her, not the clones. Now, as you can see, the talent that Inara has that will deal extra damage if you hit all shots will not work against the clones. Again, like the Catalyst from Pip, but there are abilities that will still do the extra damage, and I'll show it to you guys in a couple seconds. Now, as for the ultimate, if you manage to put the clones in front, you will be able to save yourself. But of course, you will have to be still very precise where to put the clones. You do headshots to the clones, by the way. I just used Lex to test this out, but as you can see here, it's pretty obvious. There is headshots on the clones. And then I decided to test it as ult, and I maybe have to test this one day after, because maybe it's just the normal damage, but usually the ultimate will not target just a random thing. And even if it was just because it was standing in front, we still don't know. But as for the Void Grip of Genos, as you can see here, the mark, pretty much like the Hunter's mark for Tyra, I can't see it on the clones. There is no way to actually grab it. This is pretty obvious. The Leon throwing the shots everywhere, the auto shots will work. But I decided to test the ultimate. If you do kill a clone with the ultimate, will it actually work? Give you 50% back? Nope, it does not. So that's actually interesting. That's actually good. I'm glad that doesn't work, because if it did work, that would be so bad. Now, as for Makoa, as you can see here, the hook will not work, and neither will the shell spin. They will just completely ignore the clone as it is not there. So basically, you can connect with the shoulder bash, you can connect with the kinetic burst, but you can't connect it with shell spin, which is really interesting and weird. The hooks, it's already cool, but it's just weird. I decided to also test if you can hook Ying through the clones, and we're just gonna wait here a couple seconds. There is the clone. I'm gonna try to hook, and it actually works, but that was kind of on a weird angle. So we're gonna try that one more time. She's gonna stand in there in the back. We're gonna wait for this clone to disappear. There's another clone, and it will work. Yes, the clone somehow will ignore the hook, and you will be able to actually hook the Ying from the other side. The Mines of Kinessa, as you see here, will not target the clones, weirdly enough. The ultimate from Moji will not work against the clones, will not do anything at all. But the mark apparently works. As you just saw there, the extra damage. The marks that you leave with the right head of the Po and Lee, the weapon of Moji, will apparently still leave marks on the clones, but you will not see the mark as you're seeing right now on the top of Ying. Interesting. As for the orbs of Ceres, they will not stack on the clones, as you can see. They will stack on Ying normally, but not on the clones. As you just saw there, they hit it both the clones and the Ying, and did only stuck to the Ying. Now, the ultimate, of course, did actually pull them to the middle, interesting enough as well, since, as I said, there's some weird interactions with the clones. Maybe some of them will be bugs, some will not, but let's see. Let's see some more. This one is for Maeve, and interesting enough, the pounce will not work against the clones. Apparently, a long time ago, it actually worked, but now it doesn't. And as you can see here, I'm going to test this one more time. 9 lives, and it will not work. So, yeah. At least you're not going to be hitting a clone by accident. Okay, so that's actually pretty good as well. Now, as for this one, I have a card that will reduce another step by punching, and on the clones it will work. Actually, I'm going to hit here again, it will not do anything, but it has a 5-second cooldown. As you saw there, it will actually reset. Then I decided to test it with Reversal, the card as well, and it does. It does work against the deployable of Ying, the clones. Really weird, but it does. And the shock pulse from Grok will also work, which is, again, weird, but an interesting interaction. And the ultimate will actually target the clones as well. It will only target 2 people, but it will target a clone and a person, so you can try to throw some clones in the middle. Now, as for Khan, the commander's grab, as you just saw there, it will just ignore the clone. As for the ultimate, you will be able to see the grabbing mark to Ying, but not the clone. So, as it's obvious, you will not be able to do it to the clone, since you will not even be able to see it at all. As for the ultimate of Zen, as you can see, it will also ignore the clone. very interesting. As for the damage on Yomi, I'm still pretty like I don't understand why certain damage abilities will work and some not. This one is just an extra to finish off the video. If you pull your enemy with the ball with it to your own Pillar of Light, this will happen. Yeah, you will lose. That's basically it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If I did miss anything, please do let me know down in the comments below. Also, I just want to say sorry because there was at least 2 or 3 clips that did had no game sound because I changed my headphones from place and the OBS just didn't record it with the in-game sound. But as I said, guys, this is the type of videos that I really want to bring to the channel from now on. So this said, it means also that I'm not going to be posting every single day. It will come, you know, after 3 days probably, because this does take a lot of time to record. First of all, I need 2 computers, or at least somebody that it's willing to take a lot of time to play with me, because we cannot leave the games just at any time that we wish. And with that said, I just want to say that this took a lot of work, so I will really appreciate if you guys do please share the video with anybody that you think that will actually help them. These informations that there are Ying mains, or people who just want to learn how to counter Ying, or which abilities will and will not work against Ying, and as such, having that extra information will help them a lot in the future against the Yings that they may actually find in the future or not. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a pleasure to create this video. Now let's just hope that I can actually bring this content to a lot of people. And again, I'm sorry for the sound, as I said before. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Killing spree.